Podcast.
Subscribe now on Google Play and iTunes and Spotify.
Hey, it's the Black Nerds Podcast. Make sure you subscribe right now on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts every Monday for a brand new episode. Let's go. Yeah. The return. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
You know what I thought about? As soon as that new intro came in, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be just like the Nicole Kidman joint for AMC.
You know what? That was not like when Nicole Kidman did that. I realized she's not a good actor.
Yeah,
that was the moment. That's what a moment I was like, this ain't going the way she thought it was gonna go.
Now that joint is perfect. That's a perfect commercial. I mean, that's the best body of work.
Go ahead and embrace it, brother. It is what it is, brother. You know it is what it is. But we back this week, ladies and gentlemen. After a brief hiatus. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you said?
I said a week. Then I thought about it in my head. I said, but not in my case.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? We are back on deck. We've got a jam-packed show for everybody. Like, I know you guys probably saw the banner, and you was like, why are all these random people all on one flyer? Like, why is Alien standing next to Indiana Jones? And that's because the world has put them in our path, and we are forced to have to deal with these individuals. But before we even get into that, or Andor, or you know, all of the craziness that we got on the setup, you know, you know what it is, Fame. You've been gone. You know you're a nerd when.
In my case, I'm trying to realize I'm a super gaming nerd because, all right, in modern times, you can only do things in a time frame, time constraints of whatever it is. So in my case, in Conan Exiles, I can only raid other players from 6 to 11 p.m., which means I have to set time aside from 6 to 11 p.m. At some point in time, I need to rush online, check my base, and make sure I'm not getting blown out of the water by anybody during raid hours. So that's how I found out I'm a super gaming nerd. This might go for anybody else out there. You know you're a nerd when you got to put time aside to do nerd activities, or you just going to not be considered a nerd anymore.
Nah, that is a fact. You know what I'm saying? When your life schedule revolves around, you know, your games and all that crazy stuff, or the podcast that you have to do every week, yeah, you're definitely a nerd. And let me jump in with mine. You know you're a nerd when you got to go to Crocs and get you some Black Panther Crocs. Yes, sir. Embrace it. When you gotta get the Wakanda Forever 2002s,
bro.
Hold on. We gotta take it to a whole different level. You gotta get the Kid Croc, baby. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let it be what it be, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I catch them on your feet, bro.
Okay, so what I will tell you is the only reason why I even know these exist is because the young lady I'm talking to is obsessed with Crocs, and she was like, yo, I'm about to get them Wakanda Forevers, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she was like, sent me a picture. I was like, yo, I was like,
hey, say that one more time for the people. Oh my god. Oh,
hold on. And it's real. Like, it's not a game. This is real. Like, this is real. Hold on. I got to go back to the page that I was on so you can see them. But like, yo, when I saw that, I said, oh, this is different. Oh, they different. Hold on. I'm about to put them right back. You different. Yo, the 2022 Wakanda Forevers. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you will never be.
You will not catch that on Wakanda. Or nobody's.
Yo, who decided this and why did this become a thing? Yo, shout out to you.
That on opening night.
Facts. Shout out to the shorty, you know what I'm saying? But like, this is the other thing. I was like, oh, this is like a double entendre. You know, you a nerd when anytime you got a pair of Crocs, you immediately default to nerd. Like you you bought some Crocs, nerd. That's you, bro. You are a nerd. Period. There's no way out of it. Like,
Crocs.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's see. What's next on the docket? Now that we got that out the way, shoosh. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Yeah, buddy. You can't do this without the pressure. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think Fame got to get his life together so he can show us his. But I got mine on deck. I'm ready to rock and roll with it. Huh? What?
No, go ahead. You can put yours up.
Okay, so this is actually something I've wanted for a long time, and I didn't think about it until I was thinking about it. Boom. The amber bubble with the mosquito in it from Jurassic Park, sir. See, you looking all confused. See, that's how I know you ain't real. You ain't real. You ain't been real. Been here, been real.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how big is that?
That's a good question. Pause. That's what she said too. So pause, and it says 3 inches long. Yep. 3 inches high, 3 inches long, 2.5 around. That ain't super big, and 0.4 pounds. I guess it's 4 ounces. All right, okay. Let me get mine off the screen. All right, Fame. So you ready to rock and roll? What you gonna throw yours up?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw mine up. Here we go.
Cause I got one. I got another one. If you ain't ready.
Showing.
What the hell?
Let you see what it is after the demonstration. I was like, "What, boy?" Oh yeah, I gotta get this.
I hope it's not like an indestructible
can. Authentic Conan sword. Okay, nice little replica. It's fire. Wow. I'm getting it this year. It's going into my collection this year because it needs to be on my wall.
How much is it? Holy smokes, that's not expensive. $389. Holy smokes, yo. I love that. Oh my God. Hold on. Yo.
You see the way it did that steel can.
Oh my God. With all due respect, can't do this without the music, yo. Come on, play the record.
A troubled brawl.
What'd you say?
I'm playing that during the next time I'm on Conan during raid hours. I'm gonna blast the speakers, piss everybody off.
All right, I'm throwing this in here as this is not a Precious at all. This is some bull crap. Like,
JCPenney.com. Okay.
Yo, the Back to the Future key to the DeLorean? Who wants that? with the key tag. Who wants that, bro? Yo, if you ordered this at any point in time, yo, you are overdoing it, yo. You overdoing it. This should not even be a product. I'm just being completely honest with you. This should not be you know what I'm saying? Unless I was trying to trick my kid into I got him a car. You know what I'm saying? You toss in the keys and they be like, "Oh, where the car at? Oh, it's in the future. You got to catch up to it."
He's going to see that man in the shed. He's going to need that key.
That's a fact. All right, we're going to go into this next joint real quick. You know what I'm saying? All right, it's supposed to be, this is inappropriate. It's a Darkian time.
Flawless victory.
But it's not really supposed to be a darky in time. I was supposed to change this. It's supposed to be a nerd in history. And this week, yo, surprisingly, I saw this on social media. I don't remember where I saw this from, but I downloaded it. Yo, and apparently Michael Jackson doing the I think it was the Thriller, or I'm not exactly sure which one it was. Remember the joint where he was leaning in the video and all the dudes was leaning forward? Well, they were wearing a specific shoe that he invented, and then he patented it. And sorry, wrong one. He invented the anti-gravity shoe. Hollywood, California. We need a cool way to lean in and ask Annie if she's okay. Invented method or means for creating anti-gravity illusion. Awarded the patent October 26, 1993. Smooth Criminal was the final song from Bad to be released in America. Smooth Criminal peaked at number 7 with a 1930s style video set. The 10-minute film featured Joe Pesci was included in the Moonwalker film.
I have a question though. Don't you feel like if you tried that, you would fall over and break your ankles and your feet still be in place?
No doubt.
Yeah, that's nerd.
Ultimate nerd, bro. Yo,
yeah, I'm not trying.
And let me tell you how gangster that is. If you really think about that, Michael Jackson is a mega super gangster. He never missed an opportunity to make some bread. Michael Jackson never missed, listen to that. He never missed an opportunity. He never was like, oh, I'm going to invent something and, oh, it ain't that big of a deal. No, nigga, patent that shit. Like, oh, the Beatles catalog is open. Cop that shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, you can't pay me back all my money. Columbia, give me the stock in the company. Like, yo, Michael Jackson was a gangster, bro. He was about it. There was a nerd that was about his money, yo. You know, R.I.P. to the great, man. All right. Next segment. Let's see.
What was the other thing that popped up on the screen first?
Oh, okay. You want to go into that one? I was going to say it, but
Sopa. You can save it. I was just like, oh,
it's Super Soaker.
Facts.
It was invented by a black man, and the Nerf gun.
I didn't know that. And the Nerf gun.
Yep, and the Nerf gun. All right, so let's get into the fix, people.
Nerd to hell.
All right, so everybody knows. If you don't know, you know what I'm saying. Let me go into Indiana Jones. Has somehow got a number. Hold on, Indiana Jones 5. Yo, is in the works. Indiana Jones 5. What the hell? What is this? Yo, look at this. I just looked this up and look what happened. Hold up. I just Googled Indiana Jones 5 and let me show you what came up on the screen. That's insane. They already have an IMDb set aside for it in action adventures. Yo, they are serious about this. Untitled Indiana Jones 5th project. Let's go to Vulture.
Nah, I don't want to see the cast.
Oh no, I ain't really tripping about that right now. All right, it's been a long time coming for the Indiana Jones franchise. No, it hasn't. After years in development and going through several rewrites, the 5th installment is finally coming out for one final swing. I don't know why this is. Yo, first of all, before I go into the thing, let me put myself on a big screen. Why do we need one final swing? It's a phenomenal story. I mean, it's a phenomenal character. They really built a really dope world around him. Like, they did Young Indiana, they did Old Indiana, they got Indiana Daddy, Indiana Girlfriend, Indiana Wife. Like, come on, bro. Why do we need to end it? Like, I feel like Indiana Jones isn't so precious that we can't move on without Harrison Ford. Now, I feel like there should be a proper Harrison Ford to new guy handoff. But I feel like Indiana Jones should be a timeless franchise. That's just my opinion. We can go back to, unless you wanted to say something, Fame.
Nah, if anything, it should have been a two movie setup, kind of how Creed was the past Rocky.
Right, and then hand it off. You know what I'm saying? So the film is very close to becoming reality, as the filmmakers have already debuted the trailer at this year's D23, a powerful enough teaser that had even Harrison Ford in tears. The new film features a mix of old and new faces. This is the first indie film to not be written by George Lucas. Really? Instead, Jez Butterworth, John Henry Butterworth, and James Mangold are taking the reins as screenwriters for the movie, with the latter directing, which much of the film is still yet to be uncovered. Like an ancient treasure, we compiled all of the pieces scattered across the globe of the internet. Everything Indiana Jones. All right, we don't want to go into the cast. I'll let that go. All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, what's it about? According to Empire, the film takes place in 1969, around the time of the space race between Russia and the United States, with a major scene reportedly taking place at the Apollo 11 ticker tape parade. Side note, Vulture's Nate Jones was very close with two of his predictions being the film would take place in 1970 or 1966 back in 2018. The plot details are thin. However, co-writer Beth Butterworth shared that Jones will be going up against ex-Nazi NASA scientists. Surprising. Can't have Indiana Jones without Nazis. I don't know why. But we'll be going over to that. And the main villain being McClinson's Voller, who is inspired by, you guessed it, an ex-Nazi NASA scientist. All right. So I think we all get the point. Indy, Nazis, globe-trotting. Now we're going to go to... Once again, why is it we always got to go to space? Can somebody explain that to me? Why we got to keep going to space?
Frontier.
That is not the final frontier. We literally have Star Wars. Star Wars has mad frontiers going on everywhere. Like, there's nothing final about these frontiers. It is what it is. Yeah. So, tell us in the comment section what you think about the Indiana Jones. Are you excited about it? Are you like, you know what I'm saying? Andor goes to ABC. Sucky now. And I've got my now I'm not going to get into we're not going to get into season finale information. I know we said that we were going to come in and do some finale talk, but it ain't a finale yet. It ain't a finale yet. So we gotta wait for the good stuff, and then we can get into whatever. So, Andor to become first Disney Plus Star Wars show to air on ABC. Disney is giving the acclaimed Diego Luna drama an unprecedented cross-platform holiday rollout across ABC, FX, Freeform, and Hulu. That's a lot. Disney is giving Andor an unprecedented cross-platform publicity push going into the Thanksgiving holiday. The company is going to air the Star Wars drama's first 2 episodes on ABC, along with FX, Freeform, and Hulu. It marks the first time a Disney Plus Star Wars series has run on broadcast network. The move comes as the show's first season finale is set to stream on Disney Plus. Andor, stars Diego Luna, reprising his role from Rogue One's rebel fighter Cassian Andor. Many critics regard the show as the best Star Wars series yet. They're talking about me, obviously, praising its grown-up tone, relatively complex morality, and strong visual effects. But Andor has struggled to bring in as many viewers as predecessors such as The Mandalorian and Obi-Wan. And its first half of the season has been criticized by Star Wars fans as a slow burn. That's not a criticize, that's a observation. The cross-platform push suggests Disney has faith that the series has the potential to draw a bigger audience. Yes, it does, with an older, more mature audience. I think, all right, let me get into that. Let me finish reading this first. Andor's 2 episodes will air on ABC Wednesday, November the 23rd at 9 p.m. FX Thursday, November the 24th at 9 p.m. on Freeform, November the 25th at 9 p.m. and will be available on Hulu, November 23rd to December the 7th. To watch the rest of the season, viewers will have to switch over to Disney Plus, where the finale airs on November 23rd. Andor is set 5 years before the events of Rogue One, and it focuses on Cassian and his journey towards becoming a rebel hero. The tale is set against the backdrop of a burgeoning rebellion against a ruthless empire where people and planets are drawn into a conflict that will have far-reaching effects across the galaxy. Sheesh.
Well,
okay.
At least I was right when I called it. But I
You
feel
did.
like there's two things to get into here, which is nerve-wracking. One probably hasn't been covered by anybody. But did you see the last episode of Andor?
Yes.
When you turn on Disney Plus, do you scroll down to Andor, or do you normally switch the little quick, the little slider at the top over?
Normally it's either the slider or I go to Star Wars, then go to Andor, and then click on it. But I get what you're saying, because it's not readily available. They don't have, because normally the hot new shows, they put them at right there. They'll put a button right when you log in. And yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's not easily findable.
Yeah, this is the second time that the second episode where I went to go look for it, and I don't feel like scrolling down and letting everything go over, and it's not there. It's never there. The second time, sometimes it's there, but normally it's never there. It's never been forefront on the front page for any of them. It's never been. It's always been number 2 or 3. It's always been some other crazy. But as we were talking about off air, Disney Plus is definitely not. It's not an adults thing. It's just whatever their streaming numbers is, they're keeping it catered towards those kids. Dang, what was the other thing? I think it's crazy to air the first episode and the second episode of the most slowest burning show ever. Like they should have at least did 3 episodes. That by the end of the third episode, that's the hook. That's the end of the first and the beginning of the second. Bro, it's Thanksgiving. You got your family there. You full. Ain't no way you about to sit through that. This might be a mistake, but at least they trying something. I just think for those first 2 episodes, it's gonna kind of be hard.
I disagree. No, go ahead. Finish your statement.
It's not. It's not a lot of drama. Like it's nothing to really pull people in. The score does. I mean, that's how we really love it. The score and the intensity of everything happening pulls you in. But that's only because we know where this is going in a sense. If you was fresh and all you knew about was Jedis and stormtroopers and you was going to give the new Star Wars, I don't see this. I don't see episode 1 and 2. But that's me. We'll find out.
I feel like the criticisms that you making are based around the audience being more young. But if you are an older person, I feel like it has the perfect elements to grab an older adult. If you are, especially if you're the type person that's in the political dramas, if you are into like, NCIS type stuff, a lot of those are slow burns. And none of them are just beat by beat, action joints. There's a certain amount of drag. There's a certain amount of investigation. There's a certain amount of reading between the lines that happen. And I feel like that's the reason why they're going to ABC, is because they're trying to grab an older audience, because that's who's going to watch this. You know what I'm saying? Until I feel like second season Andor is probably going to get everybody, because you're going to see Cassian more as the rebel. And it's instead of doing this, like they spent half the season on this big long job setup and execution. Now you can see him doing smaller jobs. And then like each episode can almost break into its own like job. But I feel like the reason why it was so important to do it this way is that you needed to understand from a ground level why the rebellion is important. Not just people are bad, we need to rebel. It's like, what motivated these people to go into the space that they're doing, to take the risk, the insane risks that they're taking? Why do they have to push it the way they're pushing it? Because I feel like later on, you're going to have these really difficult decisions that these rebels are going to have to make, killing people, destroying things. And you got to be understood that there's a reason how these people got pushed that far. So like, you know what I mean? I feel like the best thing for them to do is to get the older audience in, get them locked in, get them excited, and then we'll catch up with the other kids later. The kids will come season 2 when they're shooting everywhere, more aliens involved, explosions and all of that. And then the kids will go back and watch season 1 and love it. But I feel like that's a part. I think that's the plan. But you know what I mean?
I ain't getting that vibe from the director. The director.
Well, I'm not necessarily worried about a director individually. I'm really worried about how they're carrying the franchise as a total. And the fact that they're even making this move in the direction of Andor shows me that they're
Andor ain't got it's not nobody else is at that table, just the director. He's pitching his story and it's sold to them, and he ain't had no interference. Season 2 might be different because we know how corporations come in and do their thing once they feel like they got something that they can make money off of. But we'll see. But right now, they don't get, nobody gets the credit. Just whatever my man's name is. I can't pronounce his name right.
So, all right, I feel you on that. I'm not going to lead too much into it. Hey, check out Andor. I really enjoyed it. We actually did me and Fame did a whole video about it. Yo, tap in. We're going to move on. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Hold on, let me throw some hand claps up for that. We ain't going to be too long into that. Percy Jackson, if you've never seen the TV show, if you haven't seen the movies, it's a kid who's a demigod, half human. He goes to like a school for demigods to learn how to use his powers, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens. It's pretty much like a teen action drama type of situation. They did 2 movies based on this character. Now they're doing a television series that is going to be on Disney Plus. So let me just give you more information. I thought this was pretty cool. This actually came out a while ago, but because we've been covering so much stuff, we haven't had a time to really talk about it. So everything we know about Percy Jackson and the Olympians. All right. Whatever the author is, released the first book in his Percy Jackson and the Olympian fantasy series in 2005. The 5-book fantasy novel series focuses on Percy Jackson, a young demigod. He learns about his special history and then gets thrown into the Titans from destroying everything, stopping the Titans from destroying everything. We did get movie adaptations of the book in 2010, but they were not well received. But now Percy Jackson gets another chance at the screen adaptation, this time in Disney Plus. Percy Jackson's series has a spectacular cast, including the recently announced Lin-Manuel Miranda in a guest starring role as the god Hermes. Here's everything you need to know about the TV series. Let's see, this adaptation. All right, so first season is focusing on the first book, The Lightning Thief. In the book, Percy discovers the truth about himself and his background. He's a demigod. He goes to camp Half-Blood for the time and meets others like him. Then he goes on a quest with his closest friends, Annabeth and Grover. Hello, Grover. Percy must find a thief who stole Zeus's master bolt, all while reckoning with the identity of his father. I'm not sharing who because it's a spoiler, and his new life. So anyway, I'm not going to get too deep into it. If you want to check the article out, go to Nerdist. It's right there at the top. Get more information about it. Look, from my perspective, I enjoyed the Percy Jackson or whatever his name is. I enjoyed both the movies. However, let me warn everybody. I'm not the type of person that puts expectations on movies. Sometimes I know I'm just watching animation and explosions, and I know the story going to suck, or I know the acting's going to suck. But as long as you pass that certain bar to where like you're not completely taking me out of the film, I'll be in for the ride. And it was definitely one of those things. It was made for kids. I just needed something to watch on a Saturday. There was nothing else to watch, and I enjoyed it.
You stroll up real fast on me.
All right.
It was something I seen all the way to the top. In the topics. I just wanted to make sure I read it right as you was reading. All right, go down. All right, Top Gun Maverick gets remade with a cat in the pilot. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure.
Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing?
I'm going to have to go ahead and watch that later.
Yo, hold up. I might have to pull it up my damn self. That was pretty awesome. Hold up.
I was trying to hold on to pull it. I was like, wait, am I seeing this right? Only me. Top Gun Maverick gets remade with a cat. I think, yeah, that's like that. That's
All
that
right,
cat.
we gotta watch it. We gotta watch it.
Everyone here is the best there is. Who the hell are they going to get to teach us?
You two characters are going to Top Gun.
With all due respect, sir, I'm not a teacher. Just want to manage expectations.
But why? The question is why?
They can't. You get a green screen and YouTubers go crazy. Yeah. Real nerds. Real
Why?
nerds doing real nerd things, yo. That was awesome.
I just want to know why. Like why? Why? Oh Lord, let's get back. Let's get back focused. Thanks for taking us completely off track.
My bad.
Nah, you all good, broski. You all good. I've been digging around. They said that there's a new Alien movie, and in the works, and they got a lead actress signed up. I don't have any information for you. I haven't seen any like finished articles with any details on it. But the only of the articles I've seen, it's just kind of like they got a new one, and they got a Hispanic girl to play the lead, and I was like, oh god! So all of the tiki torches are gonna go crazy. You know, it's not gonna go well, and that's just the way it is. The tiki torch whites.
Listen, I'm not even gonna say anything because I went into that Prey, the Predator movie, like, yeah, okay. And by the end of it, I was sitting there with my bucket of popcorn, like my man from Saturday Night Live. Like, oh, this is okay. This movie kind of okay. I think I watched Prey twice. How many times have you seen Prey?
How many times have I seen Prey?
The Predator joint on Hulu.
One time.
You watched it once?
I don't want to see that no more. What is you
nothing wrong with that. It was cool. Well, you know, in a family where I'm always telling people to watch movies, if they end up watching a movie I recommend, I always sit down and watch it again.
Got you. Yo, what's up, baby?
Hey.
Yeah,
My Sunday was packed. Sorry, I'm just now getting here.
Nah, it's all good, bro. It's all good.
Look, thank you for the Terrifier. I get to tell you, that was crazy.
It's nice, wasn't it?
It was nice. When I know exactly what scene you was talking about, I was like, thank God there wasn't no kids in this room when I was watching this. I'm like, Jesus, that's gruesome.
All I gotta say is it was worth seeing.
Yeah.
It was worth seeing. I mean, if you are a classic gore hound, I'm classic 80s gore hound, you know, Trauma Studios, you know, we're talking Kabuki Cop and Toxic Avenger and all that mess.
You had that on the screen, Jay? He distracted me, AB. What was that?
No. Go ahead and get y'all out the way.
Jones and an alien.
Yeah, facts. Well, we're gonna talk about that in just a second. But I didn't want to interrupt y'all. That's why I was trying to get the thing set up so that when y'all finish, we could go into it.
Yeah,
so go ahead, finish what y'all saying. Matter of fact, I'll jump off the screen.
Okay. Yeah, nah, that's going to my top. That the gore, gruesomeness of it, the storyline was smooth. It wasn't.
It's a supernatural thriller.
Yeah,
it's a supernatural slasher thriller. That's what it's supposed to be. And just having that clown just sit there in that diner looking at his victims like, yeah. And I got this bag full of stuff right here, like, and he's just making all kinds of weird looks and everything.
And look, in modern times, stuff like that could actually happen because people too stupid enough to get up and do something about it. They just nope. This guy's a weirdo right here. Yeah. Just leave. Where you going, Jay?
Nothing. Just waiting on y'all.
Oh,
Oh, he can jump on right now.
All right, we good. All right. All right. Where am I at? Yeah, there I am. All right. So, yo, this has actually been a point of discussion, man. A lot of people. This image has been floating around on the internet. A lot of people are excited about this. I have not seen a trailer. I haven't seen any definitive kind of like, okay, this is what's happening.
Somebody make this.
I felt like somebody threw this together, but I think for the fun of it, I just wanted to have a quick discussion. We ain't got to go long. I just want to talk about it.
Original.
How do y'all feel about this? Like, do you feel like, and I'm talking about in the order of how things are right now, do you feel like this is the perfect time? Like, hey, let's go into the Jon Snow story. You know what I'm saying? And if so, like, where will we start? Will we do his younger years? Would he carry on after, you know, the events of the original Game of Thrones? Like, I mean, all right, obviously Fame is the most emotional about this, so we're going to let him go first.
No, I'm just somewhere in between what you said. And it's weird because I'm saying no. I don't think this is a good time since they went that far back with the Targaryens to bring in Jon Snow. Because then what? We just going to jump around and do what Marvel do, just do shows whenever we want to do and different plot holes at different time point. But I also think I'm not going to be interested 10 years from now watching this Jon Snow show. So maybe they just make it.
Wait a minute. Because I have waning interest in the franchise, you need to dump everything you got on me now while I'm still here. Is that what you're saying? That is a really interesting reason right there. I like that. I respect that.
You kind of ain't got no. I mean, they could make it and just hold it for 5 years, right?
For what?
No? Exactly.
If I got it shot, let me release it now. Like, and look, I feel like if I'm an executive and I want to own the market, if I wanted to own the market, I would have a different Game of Thrones joint drop, and it'd be like, yo, that season of the other show ended, Jon Snow's coming up. Then we're going to get into Game of Thrones, The Next Generation. Then after that, then we'll go into House of the Dragon. Then after that, I'm going to go right into black people with white hair. Then I'm going to go right into the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to have it going year round, baby. I'm going to keep it cranking. Just like the way 50 Cent has it. You know, he got that joint cranking with his shows, the Power franchise.
AB, you can't take this guy anyway. He's dead serious. He walked in the Black Panther joint. No. The Woman King. We walked out the Woman King. This nigga was like, this guy was like, excuse me. this guy was like, yo, we about to go get all of this African lore stuff and make this money.
Yeah. But you see, they're making money off of it now. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, Alex, what you thinking about it?
Hey, what I think about it is if they have George R.R. Martin just like how it completely involved, like he did in House of Dragons, not him sitting back, taking just a seat at the table. He's up there with the board, with the executive producers and everything, and giving direction for this Jon Snow show. Then go, cool. I'll look forward for that. I'll be for it. Because you saw how House of Dragons went with all the improv, everybody was happy to work with each other. Even how bad the time skips were for some people, it made sense. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't no Witcher. It wasn't no Witcher skipping around.
Oh, that was disrespectful. He just took a whole shot. Pow, 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 pow. Man, hey, Witcher season 1 was dope. Witcher season 2, the first 4 episodes, I was cool, but then it started going off, bro. Like it started sucking after a while. I haven't even finished the second season of Witcher. I'm just being honest with you.
Just finish it.
Is it good?
Yes, just finish it. And the only spoiler I'll give you is when they finally get everybody together with Gerald and Yennefer finally getting back together. That's all I got to say. It's the journey of getting everybody back together instead of just, because you have the journey of Gerald, walking with the Child of Surprise, back to the Witcher headquarters and all the adventures he had to deal with, and then you have to deal with the drama with Yennefer and all the things that's going along with that, with the traders and the Magic Council trying to go ahead and decide what they're going to do with the kingdom, since they have no queen or king. So things are going on, betrayals and everything happens. So the only thing I was saying bad about Witcher was it would have been nice to know, okay, this is the present, this is the past, this is the present, this is the past. That was the thing that kind of threw me off on season one.
Threw a lot of people off. And
the same thing with House of Dragon. It's like you get like 1 or 2 episodes, and then the next episode, all of a sudden, all these people who were babies, they kids beating each other up, and then 2 episodes later, they grown adults beating each other up. So
word. So everything you said, I'm with it. I understand it. You know what I mean? That's how we going to get it. So like what we about to do right now is I wanted to pivot to get into some Wakanda talk, but I also want to intermix it because we strapped for time. Let's intermix this Wakanda talk with these box office numbers, baby. Because we ain't no way you about to talk about Black Panther. We ain't talking about kicking ass at the theaters. Hold on, I got to put this back on the side. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me see if I can get this closer. Damn, it ain't gonna let me go in. So anyway, for this week from November 18th through the 20th, Black Panther Wakanda Forever brings in $99 million. You know what I'm saying? From November the 11th through the 13th, $206 million. We're talking about domestic box office grosses only. Okay, so at this point, the last numbers that I saw overall international, we're talking about over $500 million. Black Adam did pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I think it didn't, I mean, it was, doing its thing for a short time period, but obviously once Black Panther hit the market, all bets are off. That's the only thing I can tell you guys, because Wakanda don't play around. Smile, is doing pretty good. Let's see. What does Smile do? Damn, 61 million. Yowzers, from October the 7th to October the 10th. That's a nice little amount of money. And I think that's a Blumhouse film. And I don't think it had a really big ass budget. But I mean, they did pretty good. Don't worry, darling. And then look, Woman King brings in another $43 million. Shish. Shout out to them, man. And it's still in the theaters right now. Woman King is not out of the theaters. It's still in the theaters.
What's the opening week number? Or what's this right here? That's the weekend.
Yeah, this is this was the last. This is the weekend's numbers. From
20th. Okay.
Right. And all of these have different little
week numbers. So what?
No. This is just for this week.
Okay, look at the top row.
Well, I mean, for certain ones, yeah, it's a little tricky. It used to be a lot more simple, and I don't know why it's giving me so much.
Yeah, something.
Hold on. Let's do weekly.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, this looks a lot better. When you look at weekly numbers, this looks a lot more.
That's 252.
252 million. No, that's million, sir.
Yeah,
that's what I meant to say. But that should put it at somewhere between either top 3. That should be in the top 3 or top 4 of Marvel opening weekends. I mean, week.
Somewhere around there. I mean,
it is because it's only Avengers, Spider-Man, 2 of the Avenger movies, a Spider-Man, and I believe let me go find
and Civil War, I think.
Right. So I think we all agreed. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, Civil War did 179.
Okay.
So it's the first Black Panther, which did 202.
Yeah.
Infinity War 257. Avengers Endgame 357. Spider-Man No Way Home 260. And then the Avengers 207. Everything else is
so it's number 4.
Shot those marks. Yep, it's number 4 on the dot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Mastermind. He said $500 million in 2 weeks. I love it.
Yeah.
Definitely salute to you for that. That's definitely the move. I'm like, yo, like at the end of the day, make it happen is making it happen, baby. Like I'm super proud of the film. I want AB to make some points because he made a great point on his other podcast and we talked about it off air. But like, yo, I feel like what you said was super deep, and I was like, it deserves, you know, a group discussion. You know what I'm saying? And I will yield the floor to the wonderful congressman from the AB. You can take over now.
All right. I hate my screen's kind of flicking in there, but all I gotta say, honestly, everybody keeps talking about everybody in this picture here, but they're not talking about the real villains in that movie. The real villains in that movie. I'm just gonna go ahead and run. I'm just gonna go ahead and run. The Tiki Torch
Whites.
Pretty much. America, the rest of the world, and the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are the villains, in my opinion. Because I'm sorry, you've gone ahead and opened up the genie. The genie and the toothpaste the genie is out the bottle. The toothpaste has been squeezed out. You cannot take some of these things back that I've gone ahead and just got tired of people trying to popularize this movie and try to make it sound like, oh, it's Shuri's fault. No, Shuri had to work with what she had. And the main thing about my thing about this whole movie is she did not get a chance until that last 5 minutes of the movie to grieve.
Yeah,
there's only one moment in Marvel history that the movie ended with that last 5 minutes of the movie. If you get a chance to watch Wakanda Forever, watch it at the end and watch how silent that is. Mm-hmm. There's only one other time in any of the other Marvel movies they did this, and that was at the end of Infinity War. When Thanos walked out to that field, it was quiet, and he was like, yeah, job well done. I killed everybody. Let me relax.
Don't mean to jump in, sir. He killed half. Not everybody, just half.
Whatever. You know, go technicality. He killed more. He's the number one. He next to Doctor Strange. Evil Doctor Strange is the highest kill count in all of Marvel. Period.
Agreed. And I would also like to amend, and I'll give you a small bit of pushback. It was the whites. That's it. There was no other ethnicity blaming Wakanda for anything in the film. It was definitely the whites. As soon as somebody caught them doing something they weren't supposed to do, yo, it's Wakanda. Wakanda coming at this. Wakanda ain't like some little kids about to get caught by their mama. Like, bro.
It's like that little kid who gets caught getting something out of the. It's the little kid that gets caught getting the cookie out the cookie jar, and is trying to blame all the other kids that came in there after the cookie jar's been knocked on the floor, and then they walk in. Mama walks in. Goes, yeah.
That's a fact.
Just to get those points to get more toys during Christmas.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Just what Wakanda got.
But like I said, those people, because like I said, the genie's out the bottle. I'm just gonna say it. Be quick. Time travel. You know good and goddamn well that all the America and all the world knows what the Avengers did to bring everybody back from the blip. You know good and goddamn well. And both in Infinity War and Endgame, who was the only nation to step up for the world's back and was the lion's share of the army going in against Thanos? Who? Wakanda.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you're going to set up there and keep hard like Wakanda needs to give us more vibranium? I'm like, they don't need to do nothing. You need to be honoring. You need to be putting some respect for Wakanda because they're the only ones who stepped up. You didn't step up Europe. You didn't step up Russia. You didn't step up America. Nobody stepped up but Wakanda. So if you're going to go ahead and keep saying that everything's about vibranium, what about your time travel? You got Ant-Man chilling over there with a quantum machine. You got Hulk with his time traveling machine. You mean to tell me you can't send Shuri? You mean to tell me that Shuri didn't make a call, not one call, Everybody's saying, "Oh, Wakanda doesn't ask for help and everything." Look, if you know your brother's dying and you got the Hulk, who's one of the smartest people in the world. You got Ant-Man, who's a freak. You got Ant-Man with Michael Douglas, who can go ahead and who knows quantum physics with his wife, that can go ahead and shrink down. You mean to tell me those burnt leaves from those burnt leaves of the heart-shaped herb, you cannot go into a microscopic level to go down into a burnt leaf to find that one little living cell, grab it, bring it back up, and 3D print that?
Yeah.
No. Or like I said, time travel. You mean to tell me you can't go ahead and have Shuri jump back to 1950s, 1980? Hell, if we're going to talk about going back in the past, how about we go to the 1800s or 1700s when that guard is not touched, have her sneak into Wakanda with her future check, because they're still using spears and everything like that. You know, they still have like a couple of computers they have computers the equivalent. They said when the Euros were still trying to sell boats, they had their first computers. So, you know, they were running Windows 3X. Hey, have her jump over there, walk in with her, walk in all stuff, take a couple of heart-shaped herbs, come back. Boom, done.
I got
my man is going hard today, sir.
And then lastly, Dr. Strange Wong. You got magic. Magic is in the world. You mean to tell me that you got Dr. Strange? This man can jump through different dimensions and come up with 4 million scenarios, and he can't give a second to Black Panther or Wakanda to go ahead and help their country out? Well, yeah, he could go ahead and fight this giant monster in the middle of Times Square and just leave the body there. Oh, he's not a threat. Oh, that's not a threat. Wakanda is a threat, but this guy who fights a giant kaiju monster that wrecks most of downtown New York, that's not a threat. Come on.
Well, all right, so
magic.
Okay, I got you, sir. I got you. I gotta cut in. This guy is going nuts out here, and we're gonna give this man a round of applause. Yeah. I didn't think he was gonna go that hard.
Let me just get one more in.
Oh boy! All right, go ahead. Clear. Go.
One more. Winter Soldier. Fuck that guy. Sorry, I have to say it because you know what? Wakanda hooked you up with mental health help. It got your murder side completely gone, and then replaced your arm. Gave you a vibranium arm. Come on. You mean to tell me you can't give me a tweet, an interview, nothing? And some people are like, well, Wakanda says don't hang around him after Captain America Winter Soldier. BS. He can fly anywhere around the world. He can fly anywhere. He could have did something to help. Nope. Fuck that guy. Give us our arm back.
Yo, here we go. Okay. All right, I got to take it back. Mastermind had this whole hold up. Mastermind had this whole conversation going on in the chat. We got to respect it. He said you act like you've never lived in America, sir. And then he also said Ryan Coogler ain't directing that type of shit. Last thing he said is this brother has come up with a miniseries. And sir, you are correct. That's a miniseries coming soon right here on VVC Live YouTube channel.
But AB had me convinced that we actually live in a 616 for a moment. I'm like, wait, can we actually do anything about this? We can protest, right? No, we can't. This isn't real. This isn't real.
It's not. Mastermind said Winter Soldier did invade Wakanda testing to steal vibranium. Okay. I'm with that, but he still owes. He actually went there to kill some shit, so he still owes. Like Winter Soldier isn't out of the mix, but I mean, like, I don't have no comment. We're gonna move on. Gotta move on. All right. I want to get into a little bit of politics, kind of whatever, like nerdy, professional level stuff. I know kids, y'all gonna die. It is what it is. Die. So, Elon Musk has taken over Twitter. $44 billion he sank into it. Okay. He wanted Twitter to be a true representation of the internet, unregulated and free. He believes in everybody's ability to speak their minds and say what they want to say. That's the reason why he got back into Twitter. He felt like Twitter had become a puppet of, you know what I'm saying, kind of like an anti-American vibe, which is my, like this kind of conservative thing. So, you know, him taking over, he's let Donald Trump back on. He's loosened up the regulations on speech. And he's tried to implement a few things out the gate week in, you know, week one. In my opinion, this is what you have to do when you take over a company. A lot of discussion has been on and on and on about Twitter corporate culture. Well, the way he works is different from the way they work. You know, he's got a different style. Twitter has its own style. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Twitter don't belong to Twitter no more. Twitter belongs to Elon Musk. If Elon Musk wants to fire everybody in there and hire monkeys to smoke cigarettes and type on keyboards, guess what? He owns the company. If he wants to burn it to the ground, that is his right. That's the first point I want to make. The second point I want to make is, how are you going to make a company function the way you want to function if you take over the company and they're going to sit there and try to tell you how they work? Well, this is not how we do it here at Twitter. Guess what? I just paid $44 billion for this place. So you want to run it any way I want to run it. And if you got a problem with that, out. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is doing what a businessman is supposed to do. You either going to play by my rules or you're going to find a new job. And if that means he's going to lose some great people in the process, that's a part of the business plan. I want black people to step back and stop being emotional for 5 seconds. First of all, this ain't our fight. So all of y'all getting all with your little feathers ruffled and trying to be involved in the Tiki Torch White's business, this ain't your business. So stay out of it. But what I will educate you on is, if you want to make a company run the way you need to make it, you have to be able to be confident enough to make the decisions. You have to be confident enough to be able to gut that thing out and rebuild it from the ground up. He's going to take some risks. He's going to try some new things. He's going to make some changes. That's how you make it better. Twitter has been running at a financial deficit since its inception. In English terms, it hasn't made a red cent profit since its creation. Twitter has never been profitable. So you got to do something to make it profitable. It continuing to exist the way it exists now is not sustainable long term. So if you got a problem, come at me, bro. Jump in them comments, hit me on Twitter, hit me on Instagram, and let's talk real mess. But like, let's be real. The man got to do what the man got to do. And I think it's so goofy the way I watched how social media's been going crazy and, oh, he's so stupid and Elon Musk is so crazy. He don't know what he doing. Elon Musk knows exactly what he doing. You don't know what you doing because you ain't never had $44 billion to buy nothing. Excuse me, more correctly, you've never had enough money to buy a $44 billion company and still be a billionaire. And still, your whole life isn't affected by spending $44 billion. So everybody, calm down. And if Twitter goes the way of the dodo bird and dinosaurs, so what? It's Twitter. You can get in comment sections on, you technically, Facebook is Twitter. All you got to do is go to the little joint and be like, it's going to ask you what you want to say. You just type words in there. What are y'all so emotional about? It's nothing but a chat room for everybody. It is the world's biggest chat room. I've been saying this for 10, 15 years. Twitter is the world's biggest chat room. Why are we tripping over a chat room? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm shutting up. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
No, I said and live journal. If anybody remembers that.
Sure. And look. We can go back to what's the one where all the girls be buck naked on that joint? Tumblr. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that big a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Girls are naked on Twitter now.
I mean,
that's why Tumblr is losing, because Twitter was like, "Oh, this is how y'all getting it." All right.
all I got to say is exactly what you say. I go ahead and give a nice gold star for that, because being a person that's been at not one but two jobs, when somebody just came in and took over and said, "I'm running this. You guys are no longer lead it." Because and then all of a sudden you start seeing a march of people walking walking over to your cubicles and putting a box at your cubicle and be like, "Peace, we're changing this whole thing up." Hey, that happened over at hey, it happens. Don't are you everybody getting mad about this, but I'm like, what is your stake in Twitter?
That's around my man right now.
Are you actually a worker there? I feel sorry for people losing their jobs over there. And yeah, some people are mad that, oh, he fired the staff, that they were going to go ahead and make this new big change on Twitter. I'm like, he could do it. He owns the company. He's the one who wrote the check to go ahead and buy everything. He's buying out your check, your job. I bet every single one of those guys who work there is going to get a nice, I don't know, maybe a bronze or silver, hell, maybe even a golden parachute that has their freaking salary for 1 or 2 or 3 years, and until they can find something else. Why are you worried about them? They're going to be fine.
Exactly. Them niggas ain't working for $15 an hour. Them dudes is making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year. Y'all is bugging. And on top of the fact that,
rich people flex. This is just how rich people flex. This Elon this is a flex. He don't care about Twitter. Nobody care about Twitter. Only people that cared about Twitter is the people that was on Twitter. Once companies use Twitter, companies been using Twitter for just personalized advertisement directly to consumers for the past 4 years. Ain't nobody really on Twitter. They had debates on there for people just to have conversations, to fuss with each other. Twitter's just a spot to talk, fuss. Nothing is happening over there. Ain't nothing happening on Twitter that ain't happening on Facebook, that ain't happening on Instagram. Elon just brought it to flex. And because his president had got put off, so he can put his president back on. And then he can try to get his president back on by doing a mass promotion to everybody else that's only on that platform that just want to be there for him. What? This is I don't know if you've been keeping up with it. Elon did a poll, and they're thinking about continuously doing polls up on there for more important things now. And it'd be directly to each user and using the numbers to actually for a voting system for something. So I like to see what Eli is thinking about in the future, but I'm pretty sure it started out as a rich flex, and then he got some smart people behind him thinking up some crazy ideas that you see my name, to make America great again.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And people keep acting like this man didn't invent, an electric car company that's cool. He's the first person to create a product that is environmentally friendly, that we actually think is dope, that people actually want. Nobody wanted the Prius. Nobody. No rapper wanted to ride around in a Prius. Bro, niggas is out here buying, girls is out here buying Teslas. Dudes out here buying Teslas as a flex. Like, come on, this is different, man. It's already self-driving. It's probably going to be the first company to have a real, completely self-driving vehicle. Why are we sitting here acting like Elon Musk is unintelligent? I feel like y'all are goofy, man. Like, it's like we have such selective memory. Like, 1 minute you'll be praising somebody for being a genius, and 2 seconds later, it's like, he's so stupid. It's like, you don't think that there's no brain power in what he's doing? That he hasn't thought 4, 5, 6 moves ahead? And we are just reacting so emotionally. So, like, I'm not going to get too far down the rabbit hole on that one. It was just something I wanted to talk about.
Right there. That's a whole dive, and I don't feel like being that goofy, because we all know they ain't even saying these things. They don't even think these things. They just follow on what somebody else said and then follow on the train.
And with that being said, player, it's time to get your blood pressure back up. It's trailer train time. You know how we do it. Can't do this without. Yeah, let's go.
Saying goodbyes?
Saying hello.
You think your wife can hear you?
No.
Then why bother?
Man.
Maybe I'm wrong.
You're going to die.
Maybe not.
Goodbye to you, my trusted friend.
New day is dawning. New ideas, new rules, new management.
We've known each other since we were 9 or 10.
Who is this?
The Marquis de Gramont. Challenge him to single combat. Win or lose, it's a way out.
I don't sit at the table.
Your family does.
Please pray for me. I was the black sheep of the family.
A man has to look his best when it's time to get married. Or buried.
I'm going to need a gun.
Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die.
If you win, the table will honor its word. You will have your freedom.
It's hard to die.
Under the old laws, only one can survive. Failure to meet at sunrise
It's hard to die.
will result in execution.
Last words, Winston?
Just have fun out there.
I want you to find your peace. But a good death only comes after a good life. You and I left a good life behind a long time ago, my friend.
It's hard to die.
Ooh, right before my birthday. Let's go. So, gentlemen, what are you thinking? Come on now. Be honest. Give me your opinions.
Fame.
Like, yeah. It's John Wick. John Wick is to me. And that last scene was even more for me. I love the story of John Wick, but just it's something about watching Keanu Reeves still in character for John Wick that just always make me just cringe a little bit more now. I don't know. It's just I think it's Keanu Reeves. I love John Wick, but I think it's more and more Keanu Reeves for me and his performance as John Wick that it's just still I don't know, bro. I like my comics. Watching Keanu, and anyway, that last fight scene with the guns up close, no. No. Two blind men shooting at each other, no. Not definitely. Yeah. But I'm going to go see it, of course.
All right, AB, let's go.
I'm about this next John Wick. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do. I mean, for the fact that I follow Donnie Yen and I saw his training regimen for the movie and some of the stunts that he kind of slipped in there. He had somebody in the background kind of rolling on IG. Like I said, look up Donnie Yen. He'll have some scenes from the fights on the set on his page. It looks like it's gonna be good, so we'll see. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I'm a big fan of Donnie Yen.
All right. Well, let's take it to another level, baby. We're going to do this thing. It's time to go.
Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. Being a half-blood is dangerous. It's scary. Most of the time, it gets you killed. If you think you might be one of us, my advice is turn away while you still can. Believe whatever lie your mom or dad told you about your birth. Try to live a normal life. Because once you know what you are, they'll sense it too. And they'll come for you. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We talked about it earlier. The impending, Percy Jackson TV series. I'm gonna give it a hand clap. I just want to first give it a hand clap. I have complained, and it seems like Disney is starting to ramp up TV series of more variety outside of the Star Wars Marvel mix. We're finally getting some quality top tier franchises, TV shows, not movies. We've gotten a bunch of movies. But I'm talking about top tier franchises outside of film. So I'm loving this. I'm excited to see where it goes. Fame, why are you clutching your chest so hard?
Because listen, I love Disney, okay? And Disney is funny. And I was like, yeah, that looks good. It looks good. And then you said something, and then I said, yeah, Fame, but what if it's just Descendants? What if it's just Disney's The Descendants? If you don't know what The Descendants is, it's Disney. Just my girls watch it. That's all I'm gonna speak on about. But that's what it looks really good. But Disney is Disney, and at the end of the day, you remember how we just felt about Miss Marvel. So I'll leave my cards there.
And I'm just gonna throw this in here. Like, it's an expandable franchise that could be expanded into its own world. You know what I'm saying?
About, Peter Jackson.
I'm talking about the Percy Jackson joint. Like, you could have the main storyline be focused on Percy. Then there are a ton of side characters that you can expand into side stories. I mean, this could be built out into its own world if done properly. And it doesn't have to be films. Like, it could just be a bunch of great, mid-sized budget TV shows, to keep us engaged for a longer period of time. But back to my original point, Disney Plus needs to do more than we're going to do one TV show every 3-4 months. Like, you got to start dropping more content. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all can sit here and badmouth Netflix all day, but Netflix keeps me entertained for days at a time, not one TV show for an hour and then I log out. I have endless amounts of content to keep me engaged 24 hours a day. And I can't honestly say that with Disney Plus. And I really feel like people have just gotten Netflix fatigue. They are so spoiled by Netflix that they don't even understand that they're holding Netflix to some ungodly high level of expectation, that Disney Plus is able to come in with a minimal little different shit and everybody's going, man, forget Netflix, I'm all about Disney Plus. And it just be like, what? That don't even make sense.
People say that?
You know what I'm saying? People have just been like, I'm out with Netflix. I'm just going to keep my Disney Plus. And I'm like, I would never do that. If I had to choose between Netflix and Disney Plus, I'm using Netflix every time. And I love Marvel and I love Star Wars, but bro, nah. If I'm stuck on an island and I had to choose between those two services, I'm sorry. Netflix is it. Hands down, 10 times out of 10, no questions asked. You know what I'm saying? AB, what's your opinion? Go ahead.
Oh, just two opinions. Like I said, I'm going by yours too. It's like Netflix have had its stride for like about a decade more than Disney Plus. And then plus we had to wait a year just before we can finally get something. We had to wait a year. Remember that. Some people, despite it all, we had to get into the middle of COVID. Right when COVID started, we only got one show. That was The Mandalorian. Everybody else keep forgetting about that. Then it has little shows like the Mighty Ducks, and some other shows. The one with Stamos in it. They got that show with John Stamos in it and whatnot. You got those little one-offs, but it's like it's nothing to, it's not going to be okay. This week I got like Sweet Tooth, and then I'll finish. I can binge Sweet Tooth all the way through, and then I could go ahead and go to this next jaunt and this next jaunt, and then of course the rotating library that Netflix has established. They got their wheel chugging. Like every 2 or 3 weeks you get stuff. I mean, for Pete's sakes, what was it? The Minions just came on. Just an example. The Minions came on during October. that was like the number one show outside of, number one movie outside before they got ahead and started putting the other joints on there. So just think about that. The Percy Jackson joint, yes. Do it as it'll be better in its place as a series, not movies. Because because you notice if you ever watched the 2 Percy Jackson movies, you'll see that there's those areas that just like, what's going on? Where's this going?
Right. And because they didn't have enough time to explain it all, they just rushed through it, fumbled through stuff, and then like the movie ends and you're like, there's so much to be explored that they didn't do. And you're 100% right. The television show gives space and time to explore stories and explanations in a way that a movie never gives you time for. So like, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. All right. Let's move on to something I didn't even know was a thing until 3 days ago. Super Mario Brothers has another movie coming out.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
Open the gates!
Attack!
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield?
Do you yield?
I do not. I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!
So apparently, my whole birthday is gonna be littered with great films. Fame, go first, bro. I don't even know what to say.
Cool, great. Thank you for opening the floor up to me. I love the way the new Mario trailer look. I love the design of the whole thing. The animation looks fire. I love everything about it except for Mario's voice. And
what? It's me, Mario.
Bro, no. I love Mario's voice has been Mario voice for what? AB, how long has it been?
Almost 2 decades since we
40
finally heard.
years. Mario came out in the 80s, bro.
No.
40 years.
When we finally got a voice behind Mario.
A consistent voice, though. And
consistent
voice. The first Super Mario Brothers movie came out in the 80s, bro.
I said Really,
There was a
John
voice.
You're going back to John Leguizamo and what's the name from freaking Who Framed Roger Rabbit? You really want to try to do this? No, I'm talking about actually his voice. His voice is supposed to be an Italian dude. An Italian dude. Don't go ahead and try to sell that. If you're going to be like, hey guys, what's going on? I'm like, you're not no. Hey, y'all guys, what the hell is going on here?
It's Mario.
That.
It's Mario.
What garden? Living mushroom, man.
It looks really good, but I know it's gonna. I don't know if I'll be able to sit through the voice. Like, I'm really particular about stuff. Like
Jack Black nails King Bowser,
killing it.
Yeah, that's how I felt Bowser's voice should be in a movie. But what's going on here?
Oh, that's bad.
I was like, whoa,
that's bad.
Live action.
Hey, listen. I can't even say that. I'm not saying it, but all I'm gonna say is that's when you get up and tell Shorty, like, oh nah, Shorty, we can't talk. Your voice too deep for me.
This is the real Mario.
Real for you.
There you go. He's an Italian guy.
You're the real Pumbaa too, right?
They Yoshi's a rapper.
They're plumbers.
They're
on the trail of a kidnapped princess.
I have no idea. I have no idea what this movie is about. It doesn't look nothing like Mario Brothers, but hey, man, it was the early 90s, man. They shot it in the 80s, released it in the early 90s.
Movie. I loved that movie at the time as a kid. I don't know why.
I don't endorse it, but I don't endorse it. You got to drink or something for that movie. Oh my God. Ooh, not good.
Man, we might need to watch that as a collective. We need to watch that together.
Yeah, with some drinks or some cognac for sure.
Yeah,
most definitely. All right, the last one for today, sir. Warriors of the Future, not in English. Let's go. For the record, ladies and gentlemen, hold on, let me put myself on a big screen. Hold on just a second, please. I hate anything that requires me to have to read versus listen. I find it abhorrent that there is not an English version of this. I am disgusted and I am unhappy. However, for those of you who are into this type of dribble, I graciously added it to the lineup so that you, my nerd family, can enjoy. So I will, at this point, take myself off the screen and let these two wonderful gentlemen, multicultural gentlemen, discuss this film without me. I bid you adieu. We can't see it, Fame. We don't even know
it's a napkin. It's a napkin.
For what? What do I need a napkin for?
To wipe that shit away. Okay.
You need a full toilet roll for that, man.
Yeah, no. Nobody wants to see that, bro. No.
You don't want to see it? This ain't got you excited?
I'd rather get another season of the 100. I'm just not big on
subtitles. Be honest. You're not big on subtitles.
I love subtitles.
Oh, God.
Thanks to Wu-Tang, I love subtitles. Okay, the Wu made me love subtitles. All right, I watched every kung fu flick back in the day. Thanks to Wu, I love all types of anime.
Don't.
You know I love drama, so don't even go there.
I'm out. Bye. I'm not.
It's just
I'm not doing that with you today. I'm not. I'm out. All right. Yeah, go ahead. You do your thing. Go ahead, AB. Go ahead, AB. Tell him.
I'm just not gonna. I'm not countering this point. I'm just saying, if you saw, all I gotta say is the moment I saw that flick, I'm just like, two things just popped in my head. Okay, it's if you haven't seen Amazon's Tomorrow War, check it out. That's pretty much what it looks like.
That is phenomenal, bro. That's
Instead
Oh
of
my
instead
God.
of the monsters that they had in Tomorrow War, they have plant monsters or something. And then everything those guys are wearing, it looks like the accelerator suits from that first G.I. Joe movie that Marlon Wayans and Channing Tatum are in. I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it's G.I. Joe versus giant green monsters.
What was that trailer we watched? The mall cop one, the robots in the mall.
Oh yeah. I was that Mastermind or something that put that up there. I don't know. Somebody get it. Yo, that was crazy. As a matter of fact, I gotta find that clip and I gotta make that a clip. That's gonna be hard. I'm done. All right, so y'all ready to move on, or y'all want to continue to talk about that? I mean, y'all can. I can go off screen again. I can go off screen. I just let you have it. You know what I mean? All right, so let's do it. We are now into our next segment called. Let me see if I can find it. Is it around? Do I have something for this? I don't. It's called The Dive. All right, The Dive is all about, put myself on a big screen, The Dive is all about giving you something that sends you down a rabbit hole. And this week I have a special, Trey Magnifique, something I've never heard of ever, but fell upon it through my digging through the internet. And you guys are gonna waste countless hours on this, and I am very proud of myself. Let us get into the Back to the Future fan theories. Let's go!
Marty McFly, hoverboards, not so subtle Oedipal undertones. Back to the Future is inarguably awesome. But what if I told you it wasn't just one of the coolest trilogies in American pop culture? Back to the Future is one of the most complex and intricate trilogies ever made. If one fan theory is true, it would impress even the ancient Greeks. You just never noticed why. What's going on, everybody? My name is John Solo, and today we're going to review the Lockhart theory of the Back to the Future trilogy. You're going to learn a new word today, and that word is chiasmus. In addition to being a very sexy word, a chiasmus is an ancient storytelling structure that basically means a complex story is completely symmetrical. What happens at the beginning of the story also happens at the end. It's a story that mirrors itself, and it all hinges at a turn in the middle. It's like if a story is a palindrome, or Idris Elba's beautiful, perfectly symmetrical face. The Lockhart theory claims that the Back to the Future trilogy is one big chiasmus. Let's start at the beginning. Well, and the end, actually, because in a chiasmus, they are the same. Part 1 opens with Marty getting blown back by an amp, then talking with Doc. Part 3 ends with Marty getting blown back by Doc's new time machine and talking to Doc once more. That'd be pretty mediocre on its own, so we must go deeper, and the Lockhart theory does. Remember, for a chiasmus to work, the second part of the story must reflect itself to create the turn of the symmetry. The turning point of this chiasmus happens in Back to the Future 2. Marty gets kicked out of his old house, then narrowly avoids being shot in a gun battle before Doc explains the alternate timeline. This is where the chiasmus really takes shape, because the next thing we see is Biff explaining the alternate timeline to Marty. Marty then narrowly avoids being shot by Biff and escapes from his new home. These scenes mirror each other perfectly. But it still goes deeper. For example, the Lockhart theory points out that both the first and last time we see the DeLorean travel through time, its rear license plate gets left behind, spinning on the ground. Or how about this? Marty and Doc actually switch catchphrases. In part 3, Marty says, "Great Scott," while Doc says, "This is heavy." Check out the link in our description to learn more about the Lockhart theory. So how do we think this stacks up? On the plausibility scale, we give this a 7 out of 10. There really is some compelling evidence here, but this runs so deep that it's hard to imagine Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale could have not only intentionally plotted this, but managed to keep it intact throughout the entire production process. But on the would-be great scale, we're giving this a full-on 10 out of 10 because, obviously, this would be amazing and turn a trilogy.
So, I just wanted to let that play because why not spend countless hours? And that's only one video, ladies and gentlemen. That's one video. Do a search in your Googles, or better yet, YouTube, for Back to the Future conspiracies, and you're welcome.
That looks good. I got something to do while I'm eating on Thanksgiving.
Facts. And yeah, throw your life away. It's no big deal. All right, so like my guy AB has sent me his dive, And I'm going to throw this on the screen right now. Can you explain this to us, or do you want me to just play?
I'll go ahead and just give a before while you're about to hit play there.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, me and my friends were talking earlier this week about this. We were talking because of this conversation stemmed from crazy Herschel Walker. Remember his whole spiel about where if I want to be a vampire or werewolf nest. We were talking about that. Then all of a sudden we started talking about the Lost various vampire series, and then it came up to the Lost Boys. And then we were all like, yeah, there was big thing this year that a lot of guys who were kind of buffed and jacked were all around Dragon Con and various other conventions as the sax guy. And I said, you know what? We started looking him up, and it was just like, wow, this guy did some stuff. His name is Tim Capello, but he's known to the whole world as the sax guy. Hit the video, and I'll give the rest. So this scene is straight from Lost Boys. The classic scene. That guy. Cut it there.
Oh, man, I thought it was gonna be a sex scene.
Nah. Oh, come on, man. Nah.
Did you not see?
We got ahead and did a dive on my man there, and come to find out, man, this guy got some hellacious accolades. I mean, he performed. I didn't realize he was in. He worked with Tina Turner, the great David Bowie. Hell, I mean, he got.
We talking about the guy on stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who looked like Shawn Michaels and Triple H combined into one person?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I was just like, wow. It's like he performed. He toured with Ringo Starr. I mean, when you go ahead and look up his background, I'm like, boy.
His filmography: The Lost Boys, Hearts of Fire, Tap. What's Love Got to Do with It? He was the keyboard player. Miami Vice, The Equalizer, Worn Stories, and Reservation Dogs as himself. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Oh, you digging deep on this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, you.
And if you go any deeper, you'll be surprised. And he's still performing to this day.
Pause. Let's just pause that one. We don't need to go no deeper. Yeah. Right. I think we've digged deep enough.
He's still performing to this day, and he's still just known as the sax guy from Lost Boys.
This is dope. That's a dope dig right there. I like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I get props from the man. He performed with a lot of good names out there.
The sax guy.
he was performing all right.
We don't need another hero. Remember the saxophone player that was playing with We Don't Need Another Hero with Tina Turner? That was him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ladies, you're welcome. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Ladies, you are welcome. Anytime you need buffed, old up white men, you come right back here to Black Nerds Podcast, and we got it for you. Yeah, we got that clip for you. All right. Facts. And to end the show today, ladies and gentlemen, yo, my addition to the Black Nerds playlist. It's an Unreal Engine, kind of like short, a Star Wars short. I'm only gonna play a minute of it. Let's just get into it, man. Have some fun. Why not? Like, you know what I mean? And then we can get up out of here and go on with the rest of our lives.
You know, I don't know whose genius idea it was to design an attack vehicle whose primary mode of transport is to walk very slowly towards the enemy.
My bad. I got the wrong one. Let me get the right one here. I had two screens of the same thing. Let me get my job together. I apologize. You guys can hear it, but you couldn't see it. Now you can see it.
Find them and punch them in the face.
It's not about efficiency. It's about intimidation.
I think they could at least dropped us a little closer. I think my suit's heating system's malfunctioning. It's blowing cold air right up my beggar's canyon.
Hey, shut up.
You shut up. You come over here and say that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Big man waiting on pod 8. Come on, I'm pod 3. See how tough.
Son.
Yeah, bro?
Shut up.
Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Sorry. Is that light bothering anyone else? No? Just me? Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
What now?
Oh, no, sorry. It's just... I'm starting to get a little motion sick.
Yeah!
Well, you know, it gives me the vibes of... I started to feel like, oh, that's Ryan Reynolds under that helmet.
Could be.
Yep. It's definitely some fan-made greatness. Yo, it's right on the Black Nerds playlist. The link to the Black Nerds playlist is in the description below. Make sure, if you haven't done so, subscribe to our Instagram, Black Nerd Universe. Subscribe on Facebook to the Black Nerds page. You know what I'm saying? Follow me at your boy JS1 on the supplier. No dashes, no spaces. You know what I mean? Follow my man Fame at Fame Plan B. You know what I'm saying? Because the girls don't have babies if he don't tell you to. And then you got my man AB out here, Audiobook AB. Yeah.
Coming soon, guys. Coming soon. Soon the links and everything will be in the description.
Facts. And then we got some new stuff coming up, man. Just keep y'all tapped in. Fame, you got any shout outs?
Just my Lord and Savior Jesus. And my mama, it's her birthday in a few hours. So about that. Get out of here and then get up there. Celebrate that big 57. Got
you. All right, AB, what's your shout outs?
Shout outs to everybody, God, all the Black Nerds out there. Rest in peace, Jason David Frank. Man, that hit hard just finding out today about that.
That's what's up, man. Ranger. We love you guys. Y'all have a safe week. Do something productive. Stay nerdy. Stay lit. Nerd! And we are out of here. Hey, it's the Black Nerds Podcast. Make sure you subscribe right now on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts every Monday for a brand new episode. Let's